Continue.
Hi, hi, Marcel.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
The usual small talk.
I will turn my computer camera. Good.
Yeah,
So
we're good to go.
yeah, let's start. I have a question regarding those improvisation in F in G, and I watched our last lesson, and I still could not understand it fully.
Okay,
How should I do them? So.
okay. What exactly we need to figure out what you don't understand.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, which notes to press and
oh, everything. That is everything. Okay. So uh, in music, on the piano,
mhm,
we have 7 white and 5 black keys. So that gives us 12 different keys that we can name on the piano. So C, for example, or C sharp. So we have many Cs, many C sharps, many Gs, many As, many A flats. But we only have 12 different names. Yes, so 12 keys, 7 white, 7 black. And then they just, the rest of them differ by octaves. Yes, so C, middle C, higher C, lower C.
mhm.
So now altogether, because we have 12 different keys, we have to be able to improvise in all of the keys. So for example, now, if you can only improvise in the key of C major, so the scale of C major gives you seven white keys, and you can do all of these exercises in C major, yeah? But you would not be able, for example, to do these exercises in the other keys, for example, in D major, because the scale is different. Yeah, so the chords form in a different way. They're still the same chords by definition, they have same function, but they form in a different way because there's different distance relationship, different relationship between in the mix of black and white keys. Let's put it simply. It's not the correct theoretical explanation, but so it is. So, for example, now when we play our improvisation stage in the key of C major, we say, okay, first degree chord. And when we say first degree chord in C major, you always would get me the C major chord. Yeah, this is what we mention as a first degree chord, right? You have noticed that on the tutorial itself, on the page, it doesn't say play the C major chord followed by D minor chord. It says play the first degree chord followed by second degree chord, for example, followed by fourth degree chord. So we don't say that, okay, so we're going to improvise now, and we're going to have our improvisation is going to be based on the 4 chord sequence, which is going to be second, first, fourth, and fifth. Yeah, I could say the same thing differently. I could say, let's improvise and use 4 chord sequence, and this chord sequence is D minor, C major, F major, G major. I didn't say that. I didn't specify which chords. I specified what degree. First degree chord, I said instead of C major. Yeah. Second degree chord, I said instead of D minor. Fourth degree chord instead of F major, and fifth degree chord instead of G major. So I used the degrees of the scale to define which chords you form. So now this may have confused you, but to unconfuse you, in C major, first degree chord is the chord built from the first note of the scale, which is C. C, E, G. That gives you a first degree chord, okay? Now, second degree chord, of course, is the chord built from the second degree of the scale, which is D, second note. 1, 2. So D, F, and A. Second degree chord is D minor. Why not D major? It could be D major. Why not D major? That is the question you need to, you can try to answer. And if you can answer this question, why second degree chord is not D major but D minor, then you're gonna start understanding it. So here is my question. Why now second degree chord is D minor in the key of C major? Why? Tricky question. But I can tell you why. Because C major scale doesn't have F sharp. Does it make sense? But G major does have F sharp. Correct? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, G major scale does have F sharp. Do you know what it means? It means that in G major, fifth degree chord is not going to be D minor. G is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fifth degree chord in G major is D major, not D minor. Why? Because G major has F sharp. Do you start catching a little bit of sense of logic?
So if in the scale there is no like black key, you are not using that in the chords, yeah?
Yes. So in C major, there is no black keys.
Yes.
So all of your chords are white key chords. That's why D, the second degree chord, is D minor, not D major. Because F sharp is not part of C major scale. Does that make sense? Okay. So now let's just divert a little bit. Now look, all I want you to do now is this. I'm gonna just ask you to play a specific degree chord in a specific scale, in a specific key, but not in C major. Yeah. For example, imagine the F major. Yeah. If you could you possibly play F major scale just with your right hand, 1 octave of F major scale, it doesn't matter where, with your right hand. Okay, can you do it one more time? I think I missed a few notes. Okay, very good. Now, can you tell me which black key you had to use in this scale?
B flat.
B flat, that's it. Now make a note of this key. Make a note of this key. Now, could you now play a first degree chord in F major? We're now in F major, unless we agree we shift from F major. For the moment, think of F major. Forget about C major, A minor, D minor. You are now in F major, okay? So all I'm gonna ask now is, should be done in F major. So can you play a root of first degree chord in F major? What would you play? Exactly. And which chord you played? Give it a name, a specific name.
F, A, C.
Yeah, F major chord. Yeah, but we call it first degree chord. Okay? Now, here it comes. Can you play a second degree chord in the key of F major? Correct. Now, why did you use B flat? Why not G major?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is no B, there is only B flat.
Yes.
Okay. Now, even better, can you play fourth degree chord in the key of F major? That's it. So B flat major is the 4th degree chord. Okay, so you understand the logic behind forming the chords. You understand that 1st degree chord could be different depending on which key we are working in. Yeah. For example, can you play 1st degree chord of D minor? Exactly, it's D minor chord. So all of the numbers in your improvisation stage, all of the you need to think of degrees of the scale, or in other words, of the notes of the scale when you form the roots of the chord. But now, if it's okay, can I just drill you a little bit more? Can you now think of G majors, the key of G major? And now I want you to play, listen very carefully, and then calculate. In the key of G major, can you play a 1st inversion of the 4th degree chord?
1st inversion of the 4th?
Of the 4th degree, yeah. So a 4th degree chord in its 1st inversion.
So in G, yes?
Yes, where in G major, you need to make a note of all of the degrees of the scale. You can play the scale if you want.
So the 4th...
the 4th, yes. That's
1st inversion, okay.
So
1st inversion... This will be the root.
This is
note.
root, but you need to play 1st inversion. So from the root, you can play the root chord if you want, and then form.
I don't know, maybe.
That's it. That's the root, 4th degree.
Root.
C major is the 4th degree chord. Now you just need to invert it once, and then you're going to get 1st inversion.
I don't know.
That's E minor.
E minor.
When you invert the chord, it doesn't change the chord. It just shifts the keys.
Oh, okay.
Now you're playing A minor. Yeah. Okay. So be careful. Your 4th degree chord you said is C major.
C major, yes. So
you just need to invert it. That's it. That is the 1st inversion of 4th degree chord in G major. So we've just practiced now the keys of C major, F major, and G major. But there are 9 more keys where you can do exactly the same kind of exercises. Now, once you embrace all of the 12 possible keys on the piano, then you can improvise in any key with anybody at the same time. Yeah. So now, just before we close this section, I wonder if you can just create 3 chord sequence for me. Okay, 3 chord sequence. Now, I would like you. I'm going to give you a hard one, and I want you to do it slowly, step by step. Okay, so we're going to take from improvisation stage 3. We're going to take the third task D, which is a sequence of 3 chords, really 2 chords. The 1st and 3rd chord is the same. So second.
Do you have it on your computer?
Yes.
Can you please send it to me? I was looking for it, and I don't know. I dropped it somewhere.
Right.
That page.
Okay. I can. Okay. Do you want me to email you now?
Yeah, because if I need to do an exercise and I don't see the sequence.
Okay. Okay, we can do that. Although it's only really 2 chord sequence, but I can.
Okay. Let's do it without.
Yeah, because it's only 2 chord sequence. I want you to just remember the sequence. You're gonna deal with 2 chords. 1st and 3rd chord is going to be the same chord.
Okay.
So it's really 1st and 2nd chord that you need to come up with, and then you return to the 1st chord again. as a third chord.
Yeah.
So the chord sequence is 2C, 6A, 2C. Yes, so 2C, yeah, that's it. 2C, 6A, 2C. But I want you to do this in the key of, wait for it, in the key of D major. So now, play D major scale, 1 octave with the right hand, make a note of the black keys, and then 2C, A, 2C.
Okay, F sharp and C sharp.
Yeah. 2C, 6A, 2C.
2C, okay, so root chord here.
Okay. Right. Good.
So in 2C would be like
Correct.
correct?
Yeah, first chord is correct. Now 6,
2C in D major, yeah, 2C in D major. Okay, that's good.
not major, minor.
D minor?
2C is E minor, E minor.
Ah, okay, 2C is E minor. Yeah. Okay. So now I need 6A, yeah?
Yeah.
Like B and
There you go.
okay.
Careful. Remember the root. What is the root of 2C? The quality of the chord is minor, so you need to get a minor chord.
I forgot what it was. D 2C, okay.
Okay.
What was it? What?
No. So you're in D major, and you need second degree chord and 6th degree chord. So you've lost your first chord. 2C. So 2, and then you can take the top note down. That's it.
E minor, yeah?
Yeah. So memorize that. So E minor has to
And 6A, okay, E minor and 6A, and, B, D, F sharp, B, F sharp, B, D, F sharp.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay, it should sound like this. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So as you can see, once you're taken out of the comfort zone of C major, the whole thing becomes a slightly different story.
Slightly.
Yeah? But if you can only play with 1 out of 12 musicians who happens to play in the key of C major, you cannot join in. So that's why you will study all 12 keys. That's why we learn all 12 scales with respective minor scales. And that's why, the work only begins, but your theory knowledge expands. Now you're forming your chords in relation to a specific key. First degree, second degree. So there are 7 degrees in every major and minor scale. And from each degree, you can form a chord. So whether it's B minor or D major or F sharp major or A flat major or G minor, it doesn't matter. In each of the minor or major scales, we can form 7 chords, okay? And these chords could be major or minor chords, and we also need to know how to invert them. But the system allows us, the system that is based on the degrees of the scale allows us to think and translate chords in every specific key. So we cannot just say, okay, let's play G minor, C minor, B flat major sequence and go ahead with this. We can, but it's not intuitive because we didn't specify in which key we're going to improvise with you. If we sat down, we need to know, okay, we're going to improvise in the key of F major. Yeah, in the key of F major, we're going to have 3 chords, 2, 5, 1, all the time. Then you do your own calculations. What is 2, 5, and 1 in the key of F major? And then we can play along when we agree on the tempo. So that's the whole point. So you need to know what the chords are in terms of quality, major, minor, from what note. But when we talk about their relations, all of the chord sequences, they are forming in relations. These are formulas. The chord sequences that you were studying, these are formulas. And there are many formulas how to play these. Blues has its own formula. Just for your information, 12-bar blues in any key is based on first, fourth, and fifth degree chord. But I'm not going to go into that. So, for example, you have. Okay, so now 12-bar blues has first 4 bars is first degree chord, then the following 2 bars is 4th degree chord, the other 2 is again first degree chord, then 4th degree, I think 1st degree and 5th degree. So in any case, there are formulas for specific styles that have chord sequences, okay? And when you learn to use this system, we call it functional system, yes? So it's functions, how these chords function in relation. Then you can study even specific styles. Style of rock may have specific sequence of chords. You know, a style of hip hop might have specific sequence of chords. Hip hop is very often in a minor key, and you have a lot of minor chord progressions, and so on and so on. So you are now studying with this, not only improvising, but you also study the theory behind how the songs are put together in terms of harmony, in terms of chords and its sequences in relation to the keys. They are played off, okay? So it's a long journey, just like Hanon or your pieces. It takes every time it takes ages to master one stage, to master yet a different key and yet a different specific chord that you need to insert and invert them and connect them together. But then you become cleverer, okay?
It seems difficult.
And then you can yes, you can understand the structure of the pieces you are playing, because you're gonna at some point start noticing in every piece you play, you're gonna start noticing these chord sequences only split down into melodies and patterns, because these chord sequences are in the core of everything you are playing, except of Hanon. Hanon is just a repetitive finger exercise, okay? So give it another shot to stage 3. Focus on one key. For example, do the whole page, not in the key of C major, but just give yourself maybe a week or 2 of F major and do everything in F major and see how it goes, okay? Shall we move on to the next beat? Okay. Right. Maybe a piece, or you want...
I would like to know how can Love Story can sound better. love
Oh,
story.
okay. We had some intro, some issues with the intro.
Yes.
Let me see if the pedal is connected. Right. I'm just gonna quickly go through what issues we had with the intro. So we have the block chords. Yeah. So these are the block chords we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on top of these chords, we lay a melody which is normally based in quavers. And this melody is very, it's a bit fragmented because it's got some rests here and there and some octaves as well to spice up the texture. So we had a problem with a quaver rest in the first bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 was a chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The problem with this rest was that we want to stay longer, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. This is how often we may end up. So we said that you have to take the chord with the pedal and already aim to start playing melody immediately, right away. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. So there is only a quaver rest, not a crotchet rest.
Okay.
Yeah. And the same then is in bar 2, bar 3, and bar 4. And it is a lot. The main problem, I think, was in bar 2. Now, this also is very calculated. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You wanted in the second bar to do the opposite. You wanted to create another quaver rest. 1 and 2, 3, 4. But you should do 1 and 2 and. Yes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And similarly in bar 3 and then 4, in bar 4, you need to give a full length of the rest, not longer, not shorter. Okay, so let's see if we can rhythmically sort out just the introduction. Yeah, okay, good. Now, if you could just do this, if you could connect first bar and the second bar, but you don't need to finish the second bar, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and you stop with the chord. But what you don't want to do is this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you don't want your tempo to change. You don't want to speed up and slow down before you enter bar 2. You want to get like a metronome. Imagine a metronome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So it has to be a metronome precision. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, let's try. Okay. Okay. Right. There was a slight delay. Can we try it one more time? So your second chord in the second bar, when you're finishing, on the top G, I tend to take a pedal. So that note, I take a pedal with it. Pedal, and the pedal, when I take the last note with the pedal, it allows me to take a next chord.
Okay.
This way, I don't get.
Do you take it off the pedal and do?
No, okay. Basically, I take the chord and I take the pedal. Actually, to be honest, sorry, you can just set the pedal for the entire bar. 1 and 2. This is all on the pedal. I'm still holding it.
Yeah.
Because it's on the pedal, I can now and then I change the pedal to the next chord. But because it's on the pedal, I can see the second bar chord before I play it. I'm finishing the line of quavers, and then I jump in time. So
Okay,
I wonder if you can try to do that, so not to delay the second chord. Yeah, not bad. Why don't you remove the left hand sole? You can remove it. Look, have a look. Right. Yeah. Now look, I'm gonna remove. Yeah, that's my chord. And then this is my next chord. And my next chord. Yeah. So now look. 1. Yeah. Look until what point I didn't hold my hand. No, I forgot the next chord. What was that next chord? Ugh, it jumped out of my memory. But I remove it and I insert it again. And I start thinking earlier, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, oh, for Christ's sake, what is the next chord?
I can show.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2. Maybe you can practice the jump, the last quaver. Okay, try again. Yeah, that G, not A, it's G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Take it with the pedal. Take it with the pedal. So yes. Yeah. And now from the beginning. Bam 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 dam dam. So there is not bad. Remove the left hand straight away. Okay, it's good, but your left hand, remove it. Right, now try this, please have a look. Now what I want, by the time you finish G, I want your left hand near the new chord. Now have a look again. Yeah, so my left hand chord is ready. When I play the G, my left hand is already on the next. I then just do a quick jump with my eyes, and there is no pause. You need to remove your left hand chord. You hold it with the pedal. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So your task now is, listen carefully, by the time you play top G, you should, when you play the top G, you want to see your left hand on the next chord in the left. By that time, you have to find it and see it on the G note. Yes, by the time you play that G, so you're gonna play everything. See, I played the G and my left was already on the new chord, which means I only need to move my right hand.
Okay.
So see if you can, by the time you play G, if you can have your left hand shifted. slower. Yeah, not bad, good. So this the trick is, if you don't want to be late for your next bar, you need to, using the pedal, you need, one hand needs to be ready before you move. And that's why you take it off, so you can find, yeah,
because
exactly.
I'm thinking about my right hand and
I
the
know,
left.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that, which means right hand has to be able to play without you thinking. The thinking has to happen in your head, not through your eyes.
Now I'm thinking and I can play. I can't play.
But try to work out this way all of the 4 bars. But again, you need to remember that the rests later become crotchet rests. Quarter rests. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and precisely. Okay, but can we just do one thing? Can we just play the intro just normally? Forget about everything we said. Just play it through, and then continue into the melody. Let's do this. And continue. Okay? Yeah, good. Essentially, you know what correct rhythm is. It's just a matter of practicing. So the intro it doesn't have to be fast. The quaver movement, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and has to be your pulse in there if you want to deal with the rests correctly, right? Rather than think 1, 2, 3, 4, you want to think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and whatever you play should fall into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and rather than just 1, 2, 3, 4. When you can disregard a quaver of a time somewhere. Okay, right. So do you want to play from the melody the rest of the piece?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, yeah, very good. I like that. But or specifically the ornament we spoke about last time.
Yeah.
That this ornament is called upper mordant. It involves the principal note and then a note above. So in principle, what could be done when you play this kind of ornament, you can in some instances you may be told that it could be played by pressing 2 keys and letting 1 key go, like that. But that it doesn't sound as good. The best is to put an accent on the principal note, B flat, and then quickly shift to C and come back to the same B flat, as if the C note is a mistake. Yeah, perfect. This is very good. This ornament you played now is really good. So do you think we can just take the phrase which has this ornament now, where it would be?
It is first, in fifth line and third.
Fourth phrase, yeah, it's a fourth phrase. It's if you can take it from beginning of the stave. If you can take it from that, from C. Yeah? Possible?
Okay. From the beginning of the line or one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the fourth phrase. Yeah, from the beginning, from in this bar, it's a D major bar. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, you are playing it correctly. It's just a matter of the ornament may slightly change your timing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be okay. It would be quite normal. So let's say if you're playing, yeah. So it is a bit of a place to practice on its own. Taking a half note back. And I think fingering here could be slightly different. Let me have a look. Now, what I did now, and I'm going to explain you. Oh yeah, okay. I think that yeah, you have a correct fingering. 1, 4, 3, 2. So 1, then you cut to 4, 3, which gives you 2 fingers for the ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the way I would advise you to practice this ornament hands together is this. So you go back 2 beats exactly in the middle of the previous bar. And etc. etc. So you take it really slow but really rhythmical. So you should not stress about how you're going to play it. When you play it fast, you cannot learn it really rhythmically because you are stressing where I'm going to insert this ornament. But if you slow down from 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and if you slow down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can then space it up and you get 1 and 2 and in a slow tempo, you have to be able to play half of the second bar of this phrase and half a bar with the ornament very comfortably. 1, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Yeah, this is how you should be practicing your ornament. You can try it now if you want. If you can slow yourself down. 1 and 2.
It's a chord. No. ABC, ADF. Okay. So. Something
Okay.
not finding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Okay, so why this shouldn't be problematic at all, because it's problematic slow. There is no way you will ever play it fast. So you have to focus on this ornament. You're gonna take 2 bars, the bar of the ornament, which is namely, okay, with the, and the bar before, which is,
I think your keyboard is frozen.
and these 2 bars you're gonna have to practice as an exercise until you're comfortable, because you've learned it automatically. You're in auto mode now, so you're not too sure which notes you're playing. You can hear whether they're correct or not, but you are not very conscious of what you're playing. So you have to rework these 2 bars for the sake of the ornament. Otherwise, this ornament will never happen. You will always have a slip off on this ornament until you put it rhythmically in a tempo which is twice as slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You have to be able to do a slow version, and you have to be comfortable playing slow, because your correct playing of the ornament will start from the slow version, and only later you will speed it up, as you will already have learned to navigate for all of these notes. I only can play now unobtrusively in a normal tempo because I can also play slow. If you cannot play slow, it means you cannot play it. And no matter how many times you're going to try fast, it's not going to work. It's not going to ever work, actually. So your little assignment, take these 2 bars, 1 bar before the ornament and 1 bar of the ornament, slow it down at least twice, and work it out until you're comfortable playing slow. Until that point, playing fast is not going to happen anyway. So that's the ornament advice.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Do you want to do another piece, or something else in the love story?
well, I still don't I'm not comfortable like counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and for me it's like I don't get it. Like I understand it logically, but when I look at the notes, I think where to play, and I cannot do it simultaneously. So for me, that's the trickiest part, because when for example, there is a note and like here, yeah, like it's ends
Okay.
here, and I don't know when I say and then when I say 1 and 2
Oh
and
yeah,
3.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is why we need to get back to sight reading, because it's a little bit like a code in Java. You know, you open it. If you're not IT, you look at it. You may understand 1 line of a code, which, for example, does something in the software, but you don't understand the other line of the code because you don't have a general, set of templates that sort of divide everything into all of the fields make sense. And overall, you only understand specific elements. Now, the skill of sight reading, it teaches you to look at the bar and see everything in it. Okay? The art of sight reading is actually looking at the bar and hearing it in your head. You can be as good as look at the bar and sing the melody in your head. And that is an oral skill along with sight reading. So these skills, of course, have to be developed. And because love story, I would put love story in its complexity probably as at least I don't know. The chords, and the use of pedal, and it could easily put it into grade 4 or 5. except of that it's a bit more simplistic in other terms like dynamics and articulation. Yeah, but some technical challenges are that of grade 4 and 5 even, although it wouldn't be grade in 4 and 5 piece. It could probably be grade 3 piece, like your allegretto, approximately.
Okay.
By the level of musical complexity. So musically, it's very simple. Yeah, it's just a love. It's a love ballad. Okay, but what is confusing is a lot of texture in the left and in the right. Yeah, and this is understandable. This is understandable, but you're gonna have to, you know, make it part of your study. These two bars you have to study from anew. The bars that contain the ornament. If you want to ever play this ornament properly, you should be able to be comfortable to play these two bars on their own, left hand, right hand, any mix, out of the context of entire piece. You take these two bars and you play them. That's it. These two bars you have to learn properly, really, really slow. Which means you're gonna have to learn them again for the sake of accommodating this interval in ornament.
Okay.
There is no way around. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Good news.
Yeah, so I don't know. I will try it. I will do.
Yeah, no, try. We can keep working. Don't give up, because next time you meet ornament, you will know what to do with it. And you will meet ornaments in every maybe second piece you are playing.
It sounds tricky, but give me time to work it.
Yes, you just need time. You just need time, but you have a target. These two bars that contain the ornament, the bar before and the bar of the ornament, have to be studied slow, and you have to know every single note really, really well. It's like a little piece on its own that has an ornament. It's an ornament piece. That's it.
So should I use like a metronome on this one or not?
Not necessarily. At the moment, I don't think you will even need to use the metronome, because your understanding of ornament is correct. When you are playing it with just right hand, you are timing it correctly. So you don't need the metronome to understand it. You just need to slowly practice it and put it in place in your own timeline in your head. Okay. So metronome, there is no need for metronome. Just slow it down. But if you cannot keep it slow, then put the metronome, which is going to keep you slow. So you get used to slow. So maybe you could use metronome at the beginning, because we tend to speed up when we're practicing something. But the key is to be slow. So maybe you can try the metronome. I wouldn't need the metronome, but given that you still are at the beginning of your musical journey, you tend to speed up when you're practicing. You know that on Hanon starts suddenly becoming faster and faster and faster, and it's difficult to keep yourself within the boundaries of given time, you know. So maybe metronome would be a good idea to just get used to playing slow. Okay?
Can we try it now, or it's
I think you need to give it time yourself. I think you need to find, some time, put aside 20 minutes, take these two bars and sacrifice 20 minutes, starting working on these two bars with the ornament. Try to solve it yourself with the advice already given. You should be able to solve it within a week. You should be able to play it slow, very consciously.
Okay, I will train. Good.
I wonder if we can take one easy piece on this piano and see how it sounds like.
Okay, which one?
Like a minuet in F, for example. So you're fairly good on it. So let's see how it sounds, how the classic sounds on this piano. Yeah, okay, very good. And now we're gonna play it one more time, okay? But this time I want you to become, so what you've played is really, really good. If you had like your piano exam, you'd probably get a distinction for this playing. But now I want you, so you've played it first time, now I want you to play it and think that you are now in the 17th century and you are a playful person, maybe one like Mozart, and you are
Not
playing it for a show off for a girl who is ready here to dance with you, but you can offer her a minuet instead. So you want to take this and so on. So give it this playful character, because now you played very academically and you played really well. But maybe you can spice it up with a little bit of a character, you know. So it's a minuet, it's a dance. You can add a little bit of tempo and let the melody tell you how you play it. Yeah, okay, let's try it one more time, playfully. So you are now Mozart, you have a, what is this called on your head? I don't know, I forgot the word.
I know.
Okay, so imagine you're wearing the costume, yeah, and you've got all of the attire of a classical period, okay,
Okay.
and it's a harpsichord. Okay, let's go. Let's try it like this. Okay, yeah, much better. But always remember the ending has to be rounded off. Okay, rather than, yeah, so for the second time your ending was like, oh yeah, finally I finished it. It shouldn't be such, oh, finally did it. No mistake. Bravo. Yes, so the last thing, yeah, it's not a big slowdown or something. It's just a nice finish. Yeah, it's like you take something and you put it nicely rather than take it and drop it. You take it and put it nicely. That's how we finish classical pieces. You know, we do this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The minuet sounds good on this piano. Right. Okay. What's next on your agenda?
I'm working on exercises. I started to learn on 6, 7, and 8.
And how does that feel like? How does it feel like 6, 7, and 8? How are they? Are they still?
Somewhere more difficult, somewhere easier. Which one? Let's see. I liked number 8. It's
Number 8, hang on. Play it again, something is not right.
no?
Can you bring it closer to me? Because
Yes.
I don't have Ah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is a good one. This is very interesting one because you start with a chord, and then you start. this is a tricky one, but yeah, it's nice. When you're gonna play it hands together, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to coordinate because different set of fingers.
When I'm in a practice, I already practiced with 2 hands, but still it's new, fresh.
No, it's good. It's good, but you see how quickly you start understanding now, Hanan. You take 3 exercises and suddenly you can learn more. Before you were struggling with just number 1 for 2 or 3 weeks. It was a big deal for you. But now you can take 3 at once and study them because you know the principle of studying Hanan.
Yeah, let's check if I haven't done any mistakes in other, and I think we can. So number 7.
Okay, so number 7. Okay, let's do it. Oh yeah, that one is nice.
Let me remember with 1. Does it sound good or no?
Yeah, just show it to me again one more time. I just want to see. Haven't played them for ages. Okay, dum bum 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 bum. Okay, hang on. Okay, in principle, yeah. Okay, what is happening every time you take a new Hanan exercise? You need to also, well, you can play them automatically, or you can understand the targets. So for example, some of the Hanans work on extension, so extension between these 2 fingers, or extension between these 2 fingers. What we are. Some work on actually on collapsing the hand position. So this one in particular is teaching you to collapse your hand position. So when you end up playing, you need to lift the second finger and pull in the first finger to start a new phrase. Pam, 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 pam. And then instead of a second, you pull in the thumb again. You need to consciously realize when you're playing it. But what is interesting, when you coordinate, the left hand has this pulling, squeeze of position in a different place. And this is when you can start making mistakes in a fast tempo, unless you learn it properly slow. But yeah, let's try. So number 7, let's have a look. Yes, correct. Now try the left, because left is different. No. Are you sure? Show me the fingering, because I don't think you used correct finger. I might be wrong. Show me again. The notation. No, just notation. I've seen your fingers.
You see? Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you're correct. Do it one more time. Now, so the problem here is that first it's left hand, and then right hand that is changing the positioning, right? Did you notice that?
Yes,
it's not at the same time. Before, we did extension at the same time in number 1. But now, extension is a different place, and this is what it's good for coordination.
Okay? It was difficult in the beginning. I didn't understand, like, it's different. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But now, so this is how the exercises become later. you know, that fingering is not the same, so it doesn't happen. The change doesn't happen in the same place.
Yeah, and we have also number 6.
Right, number 6.
We have number 6. Okay, this one I really.
Yeah, this is my favorite. Yeah, I know this one. What I like about it is that it has this tendency, this drive of the melody. So it keeps dropping pam 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 pam. So there is these 4 notes that keep driving this exercise. It's a very nice exercise to play, actually.
Slowly. Very nice.
Yeah, very good. Now this is going to be very different from the top. Very interesting when you go backward.
Differently.
Yeah, everything is reversing suddenly. The drive is in a different way, you know. So, but you will enjoy this. In the first 10, this is my favorite actually, number 6.
Okay. Nice.
You can develop a good speed with it, and it really feels good to play it. Yeah, but yeah, 6, 7, 8, everything is fine. You are on a good track.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy those, and for me this one was it was like the ending is different than before, and it didn't sound good. Like
when I was first practicing Hanon for the first time, when I got hold of the book, I had always had to study the connection of when you return back. These 2 parts of the connection I studied individually in every Hanon to do it properly. Like a separate exercise until I got used to. But once you hear it, once you get used to it, it's not gonna be hard. You know, but yeah, the connection could be studied separately. And when I was playing now, for example, all 20 as a set, when I had this target without the book, when I memorized the first 20, the book 1 of Hanon, first 20 exercises, in order to play them from the memory, I had to know how to return. I had to know this specific middle of each Hanon, so I had to study it separately for my memory in order to play all 20. Because returning to what point you continue and how you twist everything towards the so you can change the direction. I had to study separately every middle, every top of the piece before returning, which is cool.
Yeah,
but then you know it.
But I enjoy exercises. It's
yeah, it's like meditation. It's like doing yoga, you know, always the same thing, and you can perfect it, and then you can see that physically and mentally you change with these exercises.
Good. Thank you, Marcel. So I think for this lesson is quite good, and thank you for your time, and see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. See you on the other side of my holiday.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Thanks then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.